What is going on in the world of real estate and mortgage lending in Colorado? Here is the Brandon Report. Mortgage rates are dropping. Nationally, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate has dropped to 6.35 to 6.4%, which is the lowest it has been in almost a year. The 15-year fixed interest rates are also down to about 5.5%. Refinances have been surging and they've been going crazy. So I've kind of done a couple different streamlined refinances here recently. Got people saving, around $300. Obviously, results may vary, but I got them about $300 saved on my last client, dropped them a full percentage for a VA streamlined loan. So if you have a VA loan, reach out today. But refinances are surging because rates are falling. A lot of homeowners are choosing to refinance now rather than waiting. There is talk that rates may go down a little bit lower throughout the end of the year towards like the November timeframe. So if you do feel comfortable where you're at and you can afford your home, stay put because things may still get better for you. But overall, mortgage application volume has raised about 30% just this month, which is great news for home sellers. People are wanting to buy homes now. But in Colorado, rates for current mortgages are a bit below the national averages. They're about 5.94 for a 30-year fix and a 5.16 for a 15-year fix. So refinances are still relatively high versus historic norms, and many homeowners evaluate whether refinancing still makes sense given the equity and home values. So that is something to consider. It may not be your time for a refinance, but it could be time for your specific case. The only way to know specifically is if you reach out today, send over your mortgage statement. We can run some numbers and see if we can save you some money, see if it makes sense for you to refi. If you have been thinking about Colorado Springs, inventory has been increasing. So inventory is basically the number of homes on the market has been increasing in Colorado Springs, which is good if you are a buyer, bad if you are a seller. Because the more homes on the market means that buyers have more of a variety to choose from. If you're a buyer, you may not have to compete as much with other buyers, which means that prices will stay, around what they're supposed to be, or like around the true fair market value. Pair that with what happened a few years ago when you have a lot of homes where a lot of buyers are competing against the same homes, then you have driving home prices, right? You don't want that as a buyer. So we are still in a technical buyer's market. So if you are buying a home, still think about today. Because if rates decrease a bunch by the end of the year and early next year, then we'll have a flood of buyers, home prices go up, and then we have the situation where you're having to pay way more than a home in 2026 than you should be paying for, right? So questions to ponder. Should you refinance? Is this a time to buy? Where should you buy? And should you wait till November? Those are all questions that if you reach out, we can have answered for you in less than 24 hours. We'll see you soon. It has been the Brandon Report.